Hey, happy day. I got news for all of you commies out there. I don't think a lot of commies watch this program. They probably don't like me very much, and that's good. I don't like them either, but here it goes. Commies, listen up. Equality is to have an equal chance, not an equal result. But a commie's definition of equal is let's all be equal as long as I have more. I gotta say that ain't very nice and it ain't very equal, ain't very fair. 2 female prisoners in New Jersey became pregnant after having consensual sex with transgender inmates. Do you think it's going on all over the place now? I mean, you get into jail, you're a man, you're into jail for a long time, in jail, blah, blah. I'm there for 20 years. Guess what? I'm a transgender now. Send me over to the women's prison. I might as well enjoy my stay. I can find a woman who's consensual with me and says, hey, come and join me. Why wouldn't I do that? And they are doing that. Lots and lots of bad guys are doing that. The government, they just can't figure it out. Dumb is forever. Just saying. Thousands and thousands of RCMP people keeping up now in Canada. Royal Canadian Mounted Police and reserve people as well. You know what? They're now getting retroactive pay and salary increases. It's quite remarkable. They're making close to $115,000 a year right out of the gate, right? Here's your gun. Here's your badge. You're a policeman now. Oh, no background check. That's okay. Other gun owners, legal gun owners, they have a background check every day. RCMP officers, I don't think they ever do. Certainly don't have one every day. Maybe when they join the force, that I'm not sure about. But in any event, that's what they're earning, right? And staff sergeants make upwards to $140,000 a year. And they're getting all of these raises, and there's nobody out there to give speeding tickets to anyway with regards to the pandemic. It's been going on for a couple of years. So what's going on? Can Canada afford it? Of course not. They have no money. The politicians have no sense. It's a disaster. Okay, and let me see. I got it coming here in America. I figured it out. In the 20th century, compulsory sterilization laws were adopted by over 30 states, and that led to more than 60,000 sterilizations of disabled individuals between 1934 and 1945. This was going on, and it actually happened up until 1979, which kind of wasn't that long ago, right? These same government people went on to say there's weapons of mass destruction, and then there's this pandemic, and there's so many other things, and way back when it was bloodletting. Hey, they're also smart, okay? Interesting perspective. The unvaccinated, they caused the bars to stay closed, even though they weren't even allowed to go into the bars. The unvaccinated caused restaurants to limit capacity, even though they weren't even allowed to go into the restaurant. The unvaccinated, they caused gyms to limit capacity and close, but they weren't allowed in there anyway. The unvaccinated caused universities and schools to stay closed, but they weren't allowed to go anyway. The vaccinated caused sports teams to be canceled. Sports and etc., but they couldn't participate regardless. So what does that matter? The unvaccinated caused public events to be canceled, and they weren't allowed to go to the public events. Do you get all this? That's the government. Overreach, always. Recently, I was at a function. It's kind of interesting. There were several couples there, and we were discussing the politics of the day, of course. Then we get into families and how many kids you have and how do they vote. And people were saying, I was surprised at this, I'm very strong, I'm a Republican, I'm a conservative, and so is my wife. All of our kids are liberal. I heard that a lot. And then people looked at me and said, what about you? How many kids have you got? And I said, well, I have 5 kids and 2 son-in-laws, and all 7 of them are right-wing. Who knew? And they looked at me and said, how did that happen? I said, I don't know. I didn't preach it. I just talked about it, I guess. I guess they heard me talking about it, but right is right and left is wrong. I suppose they heard that a lot, but they've also been able to figure it out in their own world, right? How did you get 2 son-in-laws like that? And I said, just lucky, I guess. So go home and talk to your relatives and make them see the light. Hey, y'all come back. See ya.